Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Eliana and I am from Dallas, Texas. And I am so excited to announce the launch, if you want to call it that, of We Don't Do Shame. Shame is something that I have struggled with for the majority of my adult life. Ever since I can remember, shame was something that would eat me up inside, and it affected everything that I did. It affected my relationships, it affected my creativity, it affected my ability to step out and do things because what shame told me was that no matter what I did, I will never be good enough. And that's just not true. Now, I do consider myself a believer in Christ. And so a lot of my conversation is going to come from a faith based perspective. However, I do not believe that that is the only take to have. I think that each person has their own unique experiences. And so I want to tell you how We Don't Do Shame got started. So I was working at church one day and I had goofed up on something. I don't remember what it was. And one of my coworkers jokingly goes, "Shame on you." And my immediate response was, "Jesus don't do shame." And it just kind of clicked. And like I said, coming from a believer in Christ perspective, that is so true. The God of the universe does not do shame. In fact, in the Bible, it says that when he went to the cross, that he scorned our shame so that we could have freedom from it. And so anytime, she would say, "Shame on you," it would just trigger this "Jesus don't do shame," like water off of a duck's back, just letting it roll. So I was thinking about that and I'm like, "Eliana, it's not just those who believe in Christ who need to know that they have been set free from shame. It's people in the world as well. People, and when I say in the world, I mean those who do not necessarily have a Christian background or have been in the church. I don't mean world as in worldly, just to differentiate between that. And the fact is that each one of you have been created with value. Each one of you have been created with worth. Each one of you have been created with a purpose and a hope. And so it is my hope that as we journey together, that this would become a safe place to have conversation. This would be a safe place to tell stories. I'm a firm believer that shame dies when stories and secrets, those things that you've been holding on to for a very long time, when those have a safe space to be told, they lose their power. So, anyways, I got on a little rabbit trail, which I do a lot. Anyways, I started hanging out with people, going to restaurants, things like that. And people would just throw on that phrase, "Shame on you." And I started switching my language from "Jesus don't do shame" to "We don't do shame." And before long, people in places that I was going to started catching on. Even when I would say, "Oh, I feel so shameful," because I still struggle with it. I'm human. People would say, "Wait, Eliana, we don't do shame." And so I have started an Etsy shop. It's very small. Right now, I have one product. Hopefully, after I have a very busy season with work right now. So, hopefully, after that settles down, I will be able to have more product and get more advertising and everything like that. And I just am so grateful for each of you who come on this journey with me. So sorry, journey with me. Words are hard sometimes. Whether it's one day, 1 week, one moment, I want you to know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you matter and you are important. And before I sign off, I just want to remind you that I am not a licensed professional counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a mental health expert, a psychologist, any of the above. I'm just a person sharing my experience, sharing my hope and how I'm becoming free of shame in hopes that I can help someone else. Thank you.